Another day, another build. What is the most OP build for Claude in Fire Emblem Three Hopes? The strongest class for Claude is Barbarossa. How could it not be? The class was made just for him. But what is the best way to build this class? I mastered every single class and completely maxed out my boy Claude to showcase how strong he could be as a Barbarossa. We have his main weapon, the Fail Knot. The Windbender ability greatly extends the range of bows, which is super important considering bows need a little more distance to get going. The accessory is the Lightning Dragon Sign, which boosts your combat art damage slightly, with a 10% proc chance. Claude is all about his combat arts. They're the most important thing about this build, so more damage is always nice. Your battalion, as always, should be the enemies you struggle against the most. I decided to defend against archers just for the sake of it. As for the combat arts, Wind God is OP as crap. There isn't another ability that even comes close to its devastation. Fallen Star also has some seriously strong potential, but you need to raise Claude's magic stat before being able to really use the ability. I use it as a nice sized AoE that starts the break gauge on enemies, so it isn't actually intended for damage in this build. But if you happen to have a really high magic stat and you decided to pump items into Claude, then this ability will also do some pretty devastating damage. As for unique abilities, Dust Cloud adds the wind element to Claude's attacks. Just like Edelgard, this gives us an opportunity to double down on the character's major element. Leader's Acumen greatly increases the awakening gauge fill rate when attacking enemies that are in the air. Foresight gives Claude 50% more damage while being ordered to defend, and Charm will heal surrounding allies per enemy commander defeated. Gauntlet Buster gives you 100% extra damage against gauntlets. And now let's move on to abilities. I'm going to list the abilities and what they do as per normal, but at the end of the video, I'm actually going to tell you where I got each ability to make your grind a little easier. Bow Prowess increases your damage when equipped with a bow by 30%. Absorb Dexterity is really strong. Every time you defeat an enemy commander, you gain a permanent boost to Dex for the entire battle. Seeker of Greatness plays off of the boosted Dex by increasing your crit rate based on the difference between yours and the enemy Dex stat. Leader's Ploy adds an extra fireball to your dragon, and it just so happens that these fireballs are devastating. Charm Catalyst increases the warrior gauge based on your charm stat. Fiendish Blow increases all of your elemental effects. This boosts your wind abilities and your fireballs. Essence of Wind creates stronger versions of your attacks that are of the wind element. This includes combat arts, magic, strong attacks, and class actions. Poison Strike gives a chance to poison enemies on your attacks, which just really fits here with all of the other status effects that are already going on in the build. Luna causes enemies to lose defense based on your luck, which really helps increase the damage of this build. Finally, the most important ability is Nullify Flying Effect. That makes it so those pesky archers can't really do anything to you. Now let's talk about where you get these abilities. Bow Prowess, level 3, is gotten from the Archer line. You need to level Archer, Sniper, and Bow Knight. Absorb Dexterity is given via the Dark Bishop. Seeker of Greatness is from Barbarossa, and as a side note, this is where you get your Wind God combat ability as well. Leader's Ploy is from Wyvern Master. Charm Catalyst from Dancer, and you get both Fiendish Blow and Essence of Wind from Warlock. Poison Strike from Dark Mage, Luna from Dark Knight, and finally, Wyvern Lord gives you Nullify Flying Effect. If there are any characters you want to see next, let me know in the comment section. The next character is going to be Dimitri, but afterwards I'm pretty open to making builds of the characters you like the most.